dwumadi a yebedi wabra yebo ye Tontonsansan ye ne mo ana edie eti wabra ye de nsem no etumanim no mesre mo ada mundi akire sadaba ya bra ne basa frɛ na kire wadwen a asem no na obegina so de akire wadwen because what the professor from Pombo attend dia betu dwai bebre nsusu ye ne se asem no ye bepa ne puma sibra e wo se ye pe ekuo bi ana se amanfo bi a womu ni MPP ana NDC for enso krampo ya bubo bidin ewo eye enkrata anim professor from Pombo ate krata na abeda bonte no ya bubo NDC for bidin wom etu obi amanfo susu se yempe nkofo bi omu ye neutral womu hu ni asem ni mu ono on found the ebekoso wa be mu on found the ebeto opposition ni a obetima tana asem no so na wadi asem no no wapɛ mu nokure ama nokure na bedan ne ho adi na hwan ena bedi sa adwuma no eno ne question as say edida amanfo tirima yebobo ho na wabra yebobo ho no entokwa na tuntwae na nka medwen se prof ede na asema beto dwa eye mampanya so eye ho etu anamon se wo ye hu hwehwemu fi se wajai ede ama aposifo no na nka medwen se mampanya so eye kra de kon ono kra de kon kasa ba prof asem na abeda abonte obi a chance e kasa mampanya so eye so de ne nsema beto dwa e kasa asem no eye konkonsansem asem ne ya atesem eye hurodohurada nsem anyina so bia anim na chese wabu in fact we yi atan ansa kura na eye apostle de omu hwehwemu kura beba be dey beba beto dwa eno nanchen sabra ye kasa yi owura gabi ochire daako wabayi profa no prof nso yi gabi ochire daako ano enti ye hase emfiri ase sade be ya nkomo no ebekoso kama no bia etimetie bi asa ne ye beba gabi ochire daako ye nko abante bi a ye boni din prof bumbo ni din ni din ne wasam krampo ba ebe a eye anas rem ya anas wono so ye enhwehwemu a ebeda ne ho adi se okọ interministerial committee on against illegal mining hona OPEC gadam say concession and now pass as tadam say OPEC so kwa kotu efom agudia ekwan a ye befa so aye krata asema ma no ye no jaso wa bra ye nto ye bo ase enhwehwe oni akona wote mpanifo nanim echi ansana ye de krata no ama no ni din a ye boye o say obi anim eye Charles Bisu na Charles Bisu wa bra prof nsem no beto dwa no eno ka ke minua eye ensia ewo Adom TV so say na prof kra no no odwen say ono ne ho mo nsem ni mu ana prof ni ho nya fi o say prof ne ho enye so nsa o say prof ne ho nte sa na prof no ni ho fi pa say no sika na asem ewo Adom TV wa bra no ne minua ko nsia nkasa
report no chon the only thing I that am for is in shame do no so come
no count
ma brother
no okay in Nkofo a one ho Professor Frimpong Boateng kasa as a person.
Was he aware that they were doing it?
Was he involved in illegal mining in Ghana?
Messi, was he also aware that they were doing it?
Professor Frimpong Boateng, former chairman of Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, was he directly involved in illegal mining in Ghana?
A Penanya headline from me. Prof was not clean.
That's it.
Now, winning way since when? And a one farmer to ya boss, one way a lawyer. And a lawyer no. Wa ye adwuma ma sa company na prof ene ne mema no etata wo mo e wo sa kwaye nim eti ono no ofre ebise nsem se na be ya wo behunu nia e koso tie Gabi.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
You're calling him, asking questions, snooping around. Isn't that interference, Gabi?
No, but really, isn't it what you do?
My job is to snoop around, get information, all that.
And my job is not to protect the rights of my client.
I think he see. I can't speak for him, but you think the issue to do with Gabi as a person, not as a lawyer.
But I'm saying that when I called him, and he is in his report, I told him that I'm a lawyer for the company. If they have all the permits issued legitimately by the state entities that are supposed to issue the permits and licenses, if they are working, then you, the minister, you have no right to interfere.
But
That is what he did.
yeah, but he found out.
So what he did is rather what I saw to be interference, not me intervening on behalf of my client.
So he found out along the line that what they were doing, they were in a reserve they shouldn't be. He has a right to speak to the regulators to stop their work or get the work to be stopped whilst investigations start, because obviously that permit wasn't issued under his regime as well.
No, but he was what? In charge of what? Science and environment? And there was an EPA permit. It's not under him. It is under him. EPA permit that was issued. I can show you a copy of the EPA permit. Is that not under him? Good. There was a forest permit, entry permit. It was not under him, but it was under a commission that is a constitutional body. Okay? All right. So really, if I call him to understand the basis of the action he had taken, and yes, I mean, I'm able to call him because I have to protect the interests of my client. And if I called him because I felt that he was acting ultra vires, outside of his powers, I'm the one who is in the wrong.
What happened to your company in the end, your clients? What happened to them?
In terms of when the truth was established that they were doing things legitimately, what were due them, which they could retrieve if they got them back.
They've left. There's no more mining there.
As some what you one baby we gina na e asan bobio mame baby anas wo se da wo memene asem no say I mean wabra ye kwa anim no e de na to wo client no ekosi sen na waka nyina anas wo memene asem no wo sere say no ma kakra bi na ye omode no na no patch say no me pese wutie sa portion no and wabra wutie sa portion no hwe gabi ne body language
which they could retrieve if they got them back.
They've left. There's no more mining there.
The ministry no. Also say, "Opeso obu obi abonfia." I was said yes, you know. Ana sabre na gabi ni refi ampa. Ana na ni refi ampa say eye Professor Frimpong Boateng no. The ministry no na science, technology, environment and innovation. Na ni refi. We dey yentie support no. Ye wi na e the next one tie we.
They've left. There's no more mining there.
Not that I'm aware of. Outside of his powers, they were due them, which they could retrieve if they got them back.
They've left. There's no more mining there.
Not that I'm aware of.
Yakwa anim. Afa yentie owura gabi ochre da kwa wo yemre nim ni mapa. A otwitwaje oni bie omo ni bie no otwitwaje omo yentie no wabra no woka che Professor Frimpong Boateng say na wo no wo ko frɛ President Akufo-Addo say wonye odan wo frɛ say onye odan adenti na president ni ntie o say ye ho asɛm aba eni mi ndi say me am ye mra nim ni na wo sa me ho ko president o say president wonye odan wo de tie.
I'm very disappointed in the minister deliberately, because that's all I can say, deliberately twisting an inquiry by a lawyer of a client's issue to be an interference. And the thing is, this is a phone call that lasted maybe 3-4 minutes. And he said, it ended by saying, look, they shouldn't have been issued the license in the first place. So that's when we ended the conversation. So I went back to ask the question. I said, no, it's the Forestry Commission that issued us this license. And for me, that was the end of the matter. For me, in terms of my dealings with this matter, my lawyer took it up, and it was resolved.
But to the extent that, I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, most people know that you have some clout, you're influential, and all that with regards to government and all that. You calling the minister, it's not out of place for him to feel that you're interfering based on this background.
Let the minister come and tell me that when I called him, I instructed him, in inverted commas, to do what was not right. Let the minister come and say that when I called him, I was pushing an illegitimate point. Let the minister come and say so. If you read, has he said anything like that? All he said, because my points, I based my intervention on the legality of what my clients were doing and what I saw to be the illegitimate action of the state against a company that the same state had issued permits and licenses to undertake its business legitimately.
Now, in this report, he says he told the president about what you had done, and the president said he would deal with the matter. Did the president ever call you or speak to you on this particular matter?
But it even tells you how weak the minister's understanding of his position is. If what I did was illegitimate, why don't you take the right action? He's going to report me to the minister as if he's a teacher and the president is a master, and I'm what, a school prefect, and I've done something wrong. I mean, what kind of silliness is this? I mean, I don't even want to comment on that. That he reported me to the president. For the president to do what?
Well, you told
the president is a lawyer. The president is a lawyer, and he knows that lawyers are supposed to what? To protect the legitimate business of their clients. So why would the president call me on a matter like this? Why would he even go to the president to complain?
Okay, I didn't think that minister mampanyi na apaw no mampanyi ama na adwuma. I didn't think that sa minister no yama na adwuma se wonhwe no wonyina ntia ade bi ese ye nsase ye kwaye ye nsuo. I didn't think that some minister, according to Gabi Ochidako, I didn't think that some minister na mampanya man na jumano ebe report watcher. Na minister no report to why? Or report to no. I didn't think that some minister no kwa bomb mampanya man ye afa adie bia. Who say Gabi Ochidako any the clients ye. Wo kwaye bia. E wasi ye kura. E de machima. Gabi question will be no. And I Gabi asama what they to John say now we school boy and Mampanini school prefect as a or report to headmaster. Just why headmaster Mampanini headmaster, right? And a minister near school prefect it will call report to report to Ediache Mampani. No besides I didn't that Obi a Mampanya manajuma Eden report Ebra Mampani. No, just think about it. And I mean, Kasa Pio, Muna Mobe Kasa. Muna Mobe Babecha Madrin, and Samia Mutiti, and Wafe, Yanko the next one. The same Gabi Ochidako. Gabi Ochidako say, the minister ye can say, when Nim say, ne client, you know, ewo to me krata, every EPA, any forestry commission, Sassam no, one thing near minister ne patche. Would it say you see Kanasem?
Is very unprofessional of a minister to personalize an issue such as that. Very unprofessional to drop a name on a matter that was purely about a lawyer asking questions about his client. Heritage happens to be a client to one of the lawyers at my firm, Adam. And Heritage have a prospecting license issued on 25th October 2018, okay, which was to expire October 2021. I believe what the minister is referring to happened after this. I think it was in 2019 or 2020. I can't recollect, but probably he has the date. They had a mine exploration operating permit, forest entry permit, issued 12 November 2018, and also an EPA permit. My lawyer comes to me and says that his client, with all these permits and licenses, goes on site with equipment to do prospecting, and the soldiers have come to seize the equipment. Okay? Now, what do you do as a lawyer? The first thing I did was I asked, but are they with your people? Said yes. So I spoke to the. So
you called the soldiers first?
Yes.
Okay.
To ask what really was going on. And then they said that they were acting on the instructions of the minister. So I called the minister for clarification. Clarification in the sense that I have a client who has all the documents or permits and licenses required to do prospecting. Everything. And he goes on site, and then soldiers come to basically not just stop them from working, but to seize all the equipment. So I asked the minister, but they have permits, so what really, I want to understand the issue. And then the minister fires back and says, they are not prospecting, they are mining. And I said, but minister, the information I have is that they took the equipment on that site today. So I want to be educated. Are the equipment for prospecting different from those that you need to mine? He couldn't answer. And I asked the technical people. They said, no, they're the same equipment. I said, so, I mean, they've just going on site today. So how can you? Said, oh, well, they shouldn't have been given the permit to enter the forest. I said, well, I mean, are you challenging the permit as fake? He said, no, but it shouldn't have been issued. I said, yeah, but that's a different matter. But I just want to understand really what the issues are. Is it that, so essentially he gave me his side of the story, which is that he believes that what they were doing was mining, not prospecting, even though they had just gone on site. And that was a conversation that we had.
So what happened after that? Did you then tell him to let the people continue with the work? What kind of intervention did you make?
My intervention was to understand why a company, a legitimate company.
That's it. Thank you. Gabi Ochredako no. Eti where Mwasuma. And already Gabi Ochredako emu aye be eno no danche. Lord Kwame say one of Professor Frimpong Boate will a free brand ne ma me wo no de ne beto asase so one ni nhia nkasa da. Prof Kwame so frɛ Professor Frimpong Boate say we ye trufo. De aka nyina ye tro. Kodwo pon kroma de ne ye beba so sisi but Professor Frimpong Boate de o kan fa eye Gabi Ochredako emu aye ya wo de ba ene de kodwo.
Yes, Kwame, I say, I have come across transcripts of statements made by Mr. Gabi Ochredako during an interview he had on City FM on Thursday, 20th April 2023. After listening to the words of Mr. Gabi Ochredako, I became sad for Ghana. I wondered what happened to us to get to this state, where a person who is supposed to be the lawyer of a mining company exhibited such industrial scale of ignorance about mining laws and regulations. Going over the videos and pictures depicting the momentary environmental degradation in the areas of operation of Mr. Gabi Ochredako's client, and seeing his ignorance, I am no longer surprised that Mr. Gabi Ochredako has such a pixelated view of the illegal mining landscape in Ghana. Mr. Gabi Ochredako seems to have forgotten that his client has a strong history of acting with impunity. Donald Enchua, who operated both C&J Alaska and Heritage Imperial Mining Company Limited has a history of abusing mining permits and regulations. On 29th November 2016, Mr. Tony Obin, then Chief Executive Officer of the Minerals Commission during the NDC administration, wrote to C&J Alaska that the company was seriously engaged in illegal mining on its prospecting license. On 30th of January 2017, Mr. Obin wrote again to C&J Alaska for undertaking mining activities illegally without obtaining all the requisite permits and approvals.
Yeah. Eti na we kase no ni tia wa mu na na Professor Frimpong Boateng na pache.
No pache say even no company ya Mr. Gabi Otridako say oye omo lawyer and as a company and the client no.
That's right.
Sa company nankasa no omo history ne omo background nia even before ana MPP eba beje aban no eba aban mu no. Sa company nankasa omo history ye omo track record ni ache say omo bu mining regulations ne permits na yede mo nyina so na osanka say again on the 2nd October 2017 Honorable John Peter Amewu, the first MPP Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, wrote to C&J Alaska regarding the Duabo concession and directed that in view of the fact that C&J Alaska does not have a valid mining operating permit and that the ministry has not yet ratified your mining lease.
Company,
thank you.
Okay.
You are directed not to carry out any mining operations in capitals in the concession until your mining lease has been ratified. Kwame, of course, now ono as the sector minister and as all share abayin anamuntu or otu etia illegal mining and I'm saying no now or shares when you actually say so 29 simu say Alaska C&J wasa metamorphosizing wabe Imperial Mining Company Limited no eni say utu a good year as far as o permits are concerned.
Okay.
It is a Mr. Gabi Otridako a friend edutim na say tie video na odi kan frɛ asrafo mo kɔ hɔ ansa na mpo ofrɛ de osomo mo na etwa sɛ Professor Frimpong enso etu sana muntu na otina na wetu no international say Gabi efom ye
very well on Kojo Ponkroma yenye ne tiawa Kojo Ponkroma de ne de Professor Frimpong Boateng say of friends and twefo emomo bɔpɔ so mbegu no hu fi na no na Kojo Ponkroma etwe krata ka say wadi papa yi hu ya pa fi say no yo bia wo buo pa ne anidie pa ama no na wo hwɛ anim say wabra ye kwa yanim ɛwɔ eye atiasefo wiase no prof ebetirase din no no ankasa ahwehwɛ ne mu no ahwehwɛ na adwene mu sɛ be ya asɛm no no kuredie no bɛda ne ho adia watimi etu ho anamo na no na Professor Frimpong Boateng enso ato amane no no sɛ wo ebra me free Germany ba Ghana sɛ obi a wɔyɛ Ghana ni a wɔ akoma pa sɛ dokota mapa a metimi di akoma ho dwuma ehwɛ siesie amanfo akoma ema omutimi nya akoma pa de nante wiase no wo bra me free Germany ba Ghana na wo wadi mfie be nsia na wo ne me ba woto so nan ena bopen ena wo wanya akugoduro kasa asem we afa me ho na wo hwade we aban mu tira de edo nene sabre de mimi ni aban mu o eti bra no ye wo aban mu no na me no nante kasa te se ayonkofo na se colleagues ba sabre mi ni aban mu no meti ba kasa cha o sa me o papa eti wo abra mi tu fu sa o papa no tie na tie ni ye efie mienu ya kai se twam a wo be ba ye former minister now be former minister and a reality said the wiase sitie said ye tumi efri nipa nsem a said ye asetene mu nsem esitie no sabra no na obehu wankasa wo noma ba wonim kodwo wonim se sabra me gasa manya videos ahodo a efri wankasa wo peso aso e che se gadam say no wo bom now they train in the coming days no but the one dance die beba betudwa na ye nyina ye hunu no kre no etigara for ne ekono no Professor Frimpong Boateng mpadifo nyina omo aban mu ayabo omudin ene omumu aya hodo omudi abetudwa ene tournament to ekoso yi wo ebi mu nsusu yem no Ghana Police Service grant bi mu a emyempe asem no pomasibre because already nanado a say investigation no
Bakwame, Professor Frimponde, Asemna Nusiria Atuja, solution of the mind. Or say, Kojo, if you to me the man say 2 years from now.
That's right.
Kojo, 2 years from now.
Former minister. Ube free abemu.
Anu na prof.
Let's a solution in this was say MPP are buying free war. I was saying Zakra Biba. And sana yetima pass some no puma. But for now, no Sabrea, you woman. One pound a bit to a boy.
Kwame. Now, on take Gabi. Or say, old the make command president so on your ding.
Just a president
in quotes. Me prime minister de facto or reporting why.
So
well, I'm in quotes na making. Kwame. Now, I'll say now he a teacher and a president here headmaster and a me school prefect. School prefect crown me walk to me big akra.
Okay.
Sana no patch.
Yama kwina Ghana for Ben 9B and Bekasa. Just to na fe yamfa enkomo ANC 0208984166 and at 0500000257. Yes, your boy Yenis Abonoso. Hello morning. Hello morning.
Hello morning. Abuko
komlemle wa wetie nsam no wan kasa odwen ho sai.
The man be one na man say sana nado fingers men ayi me no nka. Ono ka galanse e ko no. Check okay da ku party ma tran adan lawyer amma wo mutu galanse dia. Se me ma di mu bi. Na you conscience na no obo oye lawyer no mo. Sana me de mu.
Me da say abuko komlemle yanko offer for so 0208984166. Hello morning.
Black Kwame Nyansani back up a bema 1 to 2 for fan ketrema family watching.
Jamfi Francis Bokodie.
Kwasipoku ene kasai.
Kwasipoku, okay. Kwasi entie we.
Commander mame mu abaso ni ejuma pa wo ye ene anopai. Commander aban we wan eye leukocyemia infection amambu na kufuado ebu jire Ghana for no. Wo yo trofo, wo yo dadafo. Ke eni so ade hunu ba kokure ni ho papa we wo obeye ne hu yi woni na busuafo we kasa Dr. Frimpong Boati kaye no. Dr. Frimpong Boati wo MPP ni o ye MPP ni mapa engineer ma bonia airport na fe na wa fe ni fi awo kasa. Enti mesre mi nuan Ghana for se papa ne sem na wo ka no. E san se abo punjani free so mbeka ke so denti mo wu nso ase na e si agidi because one ne da ho. Enti aba we de wa ma so ba be Ghana yi o ba so be wie kuma no ma fe ya. They were my Ghana in 2024. A Ghana versus useless party MPP.
Me da say, Japogu so for Tosso. Hello, morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Mr. Bodina, baby, I'm free.
My friend Pitakwa.
Na Bodin so mami, Mr. Wada.
Okay, Mampeda Makande. In Ghana Funangasano. My friend Pitakwa.
Bodin mami, you're from saying.
From
Thomas yanko. Ose yen Ghana for ya day.
My Ghana Funanga na so eden. Makai de 2020. Mahama Batakwa or catcher and there. Mama yen to Abamba MPP. But you're not so eden. Ghana ya palufole. Ya palufole to the send there. My MPP fuka there. We have free education. On the name CCC Brian Ble. There is a cook credi well say Ghana. Abadintra. Big Ghana soldiers who are papa.
Young fancy wa me da say what my friend. Young call for so not the chat where you know and cassa. Hello morning.
Morning.
Miss Odina baby out free.
Hello?
Yeah, Bodi mame and a baby out free.
Morning, Bakwame.
Ya ton kapa Bodi mae and a fence of baby out free. Tamale Bodi.
You're from Hamza.
Hamza ain't you.
What's I go forward there? Or not throw the end of my brave was still mine. You may free Tamale.
Hamza, so tear me free TV no so a bit delay, tear me free phone so and that was so okay. So okay, at least I want make you point. Yanko of for chat was so nothing. Yanfanina and Gugu. Hello morning.
Yeah, 4 morning.
Mr. Bodina baby out free.
Yeah, friend Alex Kokuta and face down to my Ablukuma West.
Alex and you.
You made us in my power.
Yeah, that's
it. I see a bye and another buy pay. I don't bet Common for in every home. I also saw party for soldiers. Oh, so one can crop for a day go. No, my face for me now. Or my say, be a woman. Just come to Baku Forest. You know the almost say the beer and see Namano de or then MP about the see and this for see you may need that. Now, almost I need to be friends that die and that I say, yes, I need to be beer. Almost I say, and to me, I say here.
Meda say, Mede Dr. Steve Mantia was some and a bit chat to Wabra idea to Tontonsansan to say. Professor Frimpong Boateng will receive a report in 2021. No, His Excellency Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo will receive a report every Professor Frimpong Boateng in 2021. What in our report ya must say, ya drew April 2023. Near what your report he and central for a Kasaya din and such and Sema Winim say a one report himo. Afei report no a sonny fa soniemu epie ba Bontema Kevin Taylor Kotina United States of America edi to dwamo bia hunu de wa report himo. Na afei wama CID say won kohwehwe ensem ni mu wa bra CID hwehwe ensem ni mu no nso na wo so aba Bontema beka say ye de Professor Frimpong Boateng aka ni nyina no ehurodo hrada nsem eyatesem konkonsa wo say eti Nanado way His Excellency so what to what we move for Mama kind of bro say your conscience does not tell you that you have failed and you ought to quit. And may sure say Nietia will be a question here simply because your man Penika say what in the presidency a back and say I sit to a what in the presidency to show. Last one was say your conscience does not tell you that you have failed and you ought to quit. More so when you put your job on the line. One or wusunity. Ghana for. Ah, she